Good morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. It's Wednesday, August 12th. It is 5:34 Arizona. It is 7:34 in Houston / Katy, Texas, with my co-host Mark Dietz Klodzinski. And it is 8:34 on the East Coast with our homie, the man, John Jay Cameraro. Jay, my man, what is shaking? Happy Wednesday, homie. Thank you for reaching out, dog. It's funny. Mark and I really didn't have a guest this morning, and good morning to everybody for popping in and saying what up. Mark and I didn't really have a guest this morning. He reached out to a couple people. Um, and yeah, I got your text this morning at 4:45 when I got up. It's the first thing I do is check my emails and check my messages and see if Mark is up usually. And the first thing I was like, "Hey, did you reach out to Jay?" And he's like, "No." And I sent him the text, and I was like, "You know what? I almost guarantee he watched the end of the show, and he heard, 'Hey, man, we don't really have a guest, so right on.'" Thanks for tuning in and staying tuned in, and we're happy to have you back in. What's good, bro?
Summer, it's August, Wednesday. We have team meetings. So Sorbo, I like that, dude. I like that shirt
Thank you.
from. I was at the game the other day, which I had a great time at, and Sorbo, Yankee colors.
Yeah,
Yep.
you were
Love it.
rocking the
Yankee
Sorbo at
colors.
the Yankee game.
Yes, sir. It was a great time. I try to do things that like recharge my battery. You guys know, being business owners, it's a grind. And I've
Yeah.
tried not to do work on Sundays, so I try to do something that I enjoy, going to games, whether it's football, basketball, baseball. That's something I like, and it was a good game. Low scoring. They played the Braves. It was low scoring, but still great game, great time. And then, like I said, I heard yet on Monday you guys might not have a guest, so I shot that message to you this
Oh
morning
yeah,
too, and figured, hey, let's see if we could get something happening.
it's always popping on the show, man.
Yeah.
We're always happy to hear from our friends. Deets, you've done all sorts of traveling, north to the east, to the or northeast down, and to the west. Have you been to Yankee Stadium?
I've never been to New York City itself. Actually, I've never
Okay.
been to New York Stadium or New York, the Yankee Stadium. I lived Buffalo and New York City are like 450 miles apart, but I've never really had the fucking urge to go there. Besides seeing like the Statue of Liberty, the World Trade Center stuff. Other than that, they can keep it. A $20 slice of pizza in Times Square. I'm like, I'll hang out over here. But I hear
Gotcha,
good things.
gotcha. I would love to go see Yankee Stadium once. There's probably 10
Message
ballparks
from
slash stadiums that I really want to get to. Um,
what?
but Yankee Stadium, I'm not a Yankee fan, but just the lore, you know what I mean, the all of the things that have happened there. I'd be down for that. So Jake
Oh,
Van
there's
Orden, Jake Van Orden says, "Good morning, Jay. What is up, brother?"
what up, Jake?
Ooh la.
And Craig says, "Ooh
Morning,
la."
Jeremy, Zach, Grace, and Mike over on the pro page. Good morning.
Bird him up. Jay, do you have two screens up too? Can you see one of the chats?
Well, I can,
I
yeah,
don't.
I've got, yeah,
I could pull it up though.
Oh, I just
I
wanted
got
to
one
see if
going
that
now.
way, if you can see him that way, I don't have to tell you what's going on or whatever. But Craig
I pull
also
it up.
says, "Good morning and good to see you." You going to be at one of the next two conventions, Jay?
Yes, I'm gonna be at the Huge, and I'm more than likely gonna be at the
Awesome.
IWCA. But the IWCA is too far out for me to commit. Even the Huge, I got my flight yesterday, paid a little extra for it.
Yeah,
But
I did the
yeah,
same like 3 days ago. Um, I finally pulled the trigger. I told
Ooh.
everybody there's a big sale, like, I don't know, fucking 6 weeks ago. And I was like, yo, get your tickets now, get your tickets now, get your tickets now. And guess what I didn't
This,
do?
this didn't
I
get the
didn't get my
tickets.
tickets now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
but I did take advantage of
Hurry up and
the
buy.
Huge. They're running a promotion where if you book the hotel, you get a free ticket to the
Yeah.
convention. So I took advantage of that.
Oh,
So
cool.
anybody out there, if you're on the fence about going, maybe you're driving distance or something, that's a pretty good deal. I think for the 3 nights, I'm staying 3 nights. I think I paid with the taxi. You know how they get you with the
Yeah.
resorts
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I think it was like 900 and change. Not too bad.
Yeah. 3 nights for that. That's good. A great location.
Yep.
The Gaylords are always just wonderful facilities. It'll be fantastic. I saw Sid doing a live yesterday. He had some people on, and they were talking. He was talking about like Epcot's literally, I guess, a half a mile walk. Like I didn't know it was that close. That's
Wow,
kind of neat.
that's fun.
So
That's
yeah,
cool.
that's pretty neat. I didn't realize it was that close. But it is going to be dope, and I'm glad
My
to find out that you're going to be there. We're going to be able to hang out, my man. That'll be good times.
Yes, sir. I fly in Wednesday midday, I think. So I'm getting land because the convention's Thursday, Friday, right?
Yeah, I get in
So
on Tuesday and I
yeah,
dip Friday afternoon. Deeds, what is your schedule?
I'm arriving Tuesday morning, dipping out Saturday morning so I can enjoy Friday night stuff. 'Cause I
Nice.
skipped that the last 2 years. Like, damn, I should have stayed that Friday. So I'm doing that, and I don't have an early flight Saturday morning. It's like 11 o'clock, so I don't got to wake up at 4 in the morning and try to get to the airport and kind of
Yeah, I
relax.
think the last 2 or 3 events you and I have been to, we both have left at like first out.
Yeah,
Um, and
exhausting.
in some aspects that's great, and then in some aspects you're like, fuck.
Yeah,
So I'm
I'd
kind of
rather.
looking forward to getting out a little bit later in the day this time. I am having to leave a day early, but I think it'll be a good time. Not think, I
Yeah,
know it'll be a good time.
and staying at the
heck yeah,
hotel is great because you stay where the venue is, so you get to mingle with everybody. Like that's one thing at the IWCA in February. I didn't stay at that hotel because I did that real last minute, like a day, two
Yeah.
days before. And I've done both, where I stay at the hotel where the convention's at, and I stay off site. Staying on site is 100% the move to go because you just like you can wake up, walk out, talk to people. It's a different type of vibe when you stay on site.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's almost everywhere you turn, right, Deeds?
yeah. Oh, there it is. There you are. And then they got food everywhere. I mean, the Gaylord is going to have pizza over here, Starbucks over here, bar over there, so it's guaranteed. Get your fix. Or you can dip out for a half hour, use your Disneyland pass, Disney World, and go grab go grab something from Disneyland or World. Come back. Florida residents got that pass. I'm jealous. I've never been to
Yeah,
Disney, so
I've never been to Disney World, and I haven't been to Disney like land since I was
uh,
about 16 years old. I really kind of want to go, but I also like
it's expensive.
I
It's like, whoa.
I would feel guilty if I went and I didn't take my kids, but also I would feel like I don't know, out of place. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, can you take our picture? What? Look, it's Danny Trejo. It's like, oh shit, yeah. Eat my tacos.
That's
You get it?
funny.
Hey,
I know.
No,
I
Disney,
but
know.
no,
Corey
we'd be in
likes
deep
to.
shit if we sat there eating a Dole Whip in like some weird magical land and sent it to our wives. They'd be pissed.
Yeah, Marisa loves that whip shit. I don't even know what it is. But if I took a
It's like a
picture of me,
pineapple ice cream.
yeah, if I took a picture of me eating some of that at Disney, she would fucking lose her mind.
Yeah, I'll be home in a month, you know?
She'd be pissed. She'd be
Yeah,
pissed. Hey, Kylie, get a loop of that and
trigger.
use that as a highlight.
Yeah.
uh, so Jay, that's
Jay, have you
dope,
ever
dude. I'm
been to
glad that.
Disney?
oh yeah, so I've experienced Disney as a kid and an adult, and I can say 100% Disney as an adult is dope. It's like
Cool.
the around the world, like Epcot, they have so much different food. Like Goo, I know you don't drink or anything like that, but just the food and everything like that, like and then
I'm
the
Forgot
rides.
definitely a
about that.
foodie.
They got this thing Test Track, which is really dope. It's they got a lot of good rides over there, and a lot of different stuff that you could do. So I feel like the last time I went to Disney was like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. There was a fair share of adults there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know Corey just went last time. He loves that place. And I
Yeah.
know our buddy, what else? Shield and Shine. A couple of these dudes, their wives are Disney travel agents. So they,
Who was that?
Sam Emerson. So yeah, they hit Disney a lot. I would love to do it. I just this time is not the time. But with it being so close, it's almost like you Like when we went to Nashville, the Grand Ole Opry's right next door. I didn't go in the Opry, but I was adjacent. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
I
never.
did the wax
you are
museum. I did
adjacent.
the wax museum at the in Nashville. Did you guys do that?
No.
Nope. No,
That was
I
in the
just
mall
open
right
my
next door.
cabinet and I look at my candles and I try to imagine them to be like Sydney Sweeney or Taylor Swift. Doesn't work for me, so I gotta go visit a museum.
I did Broadway.
Broadway. There you
Did
go.
you?
So,
I
but
did that one night the first year. I was with Marisa, and it was not a great night for us. She wasn't feeling well, and it was also the same. It was a I think it was a Friday, and it was also the same night as a Titans preseason game.
oh,
So it was just jam packed. It smelled, and there's just nothing but drunk ass women running around, and like I was like, all right, I'm over this. We did get some good food before my wife started to not feel well, though.
My wife.
My wife,
My wife.
are
Jake
you
Vander
flying
says
solo?
Universal is better, but
Yeah,
yeah. Oh,
go
I'm
ahead.
flying. Yeah, I'm flying solo. I'm going to the event solo. So
Nice. Universal, you been to that one?
yes,
Thoughts on that one?
that's dope too. That's more like the movie type rides, like the
Yeah.
more um that type of thing. But it's worth doing a day at like Universal, Magic Kingdom, and then Epcot. I don't
yeah,
mind the I don't go to the safari thing. That's that there's no point in that. But the other
yeah.
ones are good.
Like, and keep the rhinos. I'm good.
Hey,
Yeah, I
Deeds,
want to eat around the world.
have you taken your kids to Disney yet, Deeds?
No, I was gonna do that a couple of years ago. My wife and I, Kylie, were like,
Had
we
the
want to
other
have
one.
another kid or have another one. So we ended up not going. So I know exactly how much it cost 6 years ago to go to Disney, and that was still like holy shit for like 5 days staying at the Polynesian with dining passes for 4 people. It's like $8,500, man. It's crazy. And that's not with
Yeah.
hopper passes. That's like with a park pass where you got to go for the day. You can't just jump. That's
Oh, and they
extra.
changed that whole hopper pass thing, Deed. So back in the day, you know
Sure.
how you'd be able to get used to in line, do all that for the hopper pass.
Yeah.
Now you select the rides and they give you like different tiers. You can only select like one of the
Mm.
really good rides, and then you get like two of the tier two, and then they'll give you three of the tier three. So they kind of like,
What?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
It's not a la.
bullshit.
Throttle
It's
it
not.
down.
It's like a la carte. They choose what is what, and you just have to follow suit.
Yeah, like they tier the rides and they'll tell you tier one is this ride, this ride, this ride. You could pick one of those. Tier two is these rides and you get two of those. And then you select the time and that's when you go.
That's a
Yeah.
trip.
That's crazy. Yeah. It's organization there. You got to get the Nicki Minaj pass where it's just like platinum where you just walk to the front of the line. You know, back when celebrities like Bob Saget could just go right up there. Not anymore.
Bob Saget.
Yeah.
So
Disney royalty. That's great.
we got Scott Aaron Kranz, the Prez popped in. Adam Hogan Jr. Adam's putting out some content this morning. If you guys haven't checked it out, go check it out. Adam, I don't know if it's on the your page or if it's on Zero's page or whatever, but I always love watching your shit. I know this one is sick, so you guys go check it out. Nick Anderson says if you want a cool place to go, Holiday World in Santa Claus, Indiana. Water park and amusement park, roller coasters and all. Santa Claus, Indiana. I'm gonna book my flight, Nick.
Ho,
Uh
ho, ho.
Ho ho ho. Craig says 78,000 for a family of four. Uh
It is crazy expensive. Sickening.
Craig, looking forward to seeing you guys, man. I'm looking forward to chopping it up with you, Grace, seeing everybody. That's the great thing about the conventions. Me, I'm like, so I know guys, they have different perspectives on conventions, classes, networking, trade floor. There's like three different things that you could really do. Me, I get a lot out of the classes. I get a lot out of talking to people. The least I get amount is like going through the trade floor, looking at the different vendors and stuff because I'm not looking to add more software to my business. That's
yeah.
not something I'm looking to do. But I would just tell people from experience, take advantage of the classes. I mean, I went to an IWCA one back in 2022, and one of those classes, they taught core values. I think it was Brandon Vaughn, maybe, and that was right when I joined Concord too, the coaching program. But I think he was like the keynote or something like that back when I went to that one, and they did core values for your business. And core values has changed my business. I have four of them. It's respect, integrity, customer service, and work ethic. And when I interview guys, I interview them off of core values, and it has changed the culture of my company. It has changed the quality of people I've brought in. It has changed my company tremendously, and even my foreman Jimmy, who's been with us for almost 30 years now. He's helped my dad in and out a long time, and then he started working for me back in 2019 full time. And he even said, like, the last 3 years, the quality of people that we have got in and that we've been able to retain, it's amazing compared to what it used to be. So, that one thing, going to that one convention in 2022 and taking that seriously helped my business to a point that I can't even begin to explain.
It's a great thing that you mentioned that too. Core values. So I did a two different 6 month mentorship programs. They were through the state of Arizona and through Google. And one of the things that they tried to instill in the second one of that was trying to find out what your core values are. And I think that sometimes we as service providers, as men, as women, as people, we like to be super diverse and like be broad, right? We like to think we're multi-talented and you can do a lot. When in reality, sometimes all we need is just a couple core values, a couple of little things to be your guiding, like a guiding light, like a beacon, like a lead, right? Like something you lead from. And you take those core values, like you said, and you instilled what it is that you want the business to be into your hiring process. So you're sifting through all the fat and you're separating, I guess, the applicants, right? And getting winners. Because deeds, what happens? The cream
You
rises
win.
to the top, baby. When
I
you're
didn't
getting
want to
rid of
interrupt
all
you, but
that.
that was playing in my head. That's it.
What's that?
The cream rises to the top. Yeah, all
I
the
was
way
trying
to
to
the
feed you,
tippy top.
bro.
Yeah.
I was trying to fucking
I
I
wanted to
fed you a
let you cook. I was
softball.
letting you cook. You were stirring, and I was going to let it go. I can't jump in there.
Um, but
Oh,
no,
yeah.
that's exactly it though, Jay. And it's like when you can find out, when you can simplify what it is that you're doing, it really makes all the difference in the world. And it's really cool that you've been able to do that. You mentioned Brandon Vaughn. You mentioned what was the other one
Oh,
before
Conquer.
Conquer, the coaching
Conquer?
program. Yeah,
Yeah, and Caleb Winiger. I've talked about him a couple times. I haven't yet to reach out to him. I do need to talk to him.
same
We'll see
person I
about
have.
getting. Yeah, we'll see about getting him on very very soon. Because I would like to talk to him too. You also mentioned a couple of great things that I appreciate too, Jay. It's like when we go to these events, it feels like it's so funny too. It feels like everybody's waiting for that trade show floor door to open all week, like when it leads up, and then you get there and then you walk around twice and you pretty much have seen everything. So you're waiting that whole time for that showroom floor to open, but you're all the other knowledge is outside of, you know what I mean? In
This is
in in most circumstances, that's at least how I have felt.
this is my two pennies. This might be controversial. It might ruffle some feathers, but I think people go into that trade show floor and they look for it to change their business. They look for that trade show floor to help them grow their business, whether it's a software or something or marketing or whether it's adding another service or whether it's just different things, buying different equipment, maybe, upgrading, whatever it might be. But at the end of the day, that's not what really changes your business. It's the work that's done behind the scenes. It's the work that you do on yourself, and it's the work that gets done that people don't see. That's the work that changes your business. And you get a lot of that stuff from the classes, from talking to people. I mean, the classes are extremely valuable, but it's just as valuable talking to people that might have been in your position already, or um, they are different position than you. I'm a big fan of, you can learn from somebody doing more revenue than you and less revenue than you. You could learn from anybody.
Agreed, agreed. And also, like, I don't know, there really aren't any new tools, new toy. I mean, you know what I mean? And we pretty much have seen most of it. Sometimes there's new software and stuff like that. But I find that I like to meet the people behind the businesses. I feel like that's where I get the trade show. That's what I get most out of the trade show. Not necessarily the gear that's there, but the people behind the businesses that are making things hum, making things run. And like you said, that's the guys and gals that I really love interacting with and learning from. Um, you also mentioned a couple other things too, like different services. I forget. Do you guys do other services?
No, strictly window cleaning. That's all. And then
Purist.
yeah, I mean we do some gutter cleaning, but it's about 1% of our business. 2% of our business is gutter cleaning and screen repair. That makes up 2%. The other 98% is window cleaning, and we're heavy residential. We're about 80 to 85% residential,
Nice.
which kills me in August and July.
Yeah, and Jay, I'm in the same boat. And you know, before we got on air, we were kind of talking. You'd mentioned dog days of summer. You'd mentioned July. You got your ass handed to you due to weather. How do you combat some of those things? Do you come back from it? Do you take it on the chin? Do you run specials? Do you advertise? What do you do, man? I mean, like me, I don't. It's me and Billy, right? I don't have 6 employees. I don't have 10 employees. Um, so it's not too bad. But at the same time, man, you get a week where you bring in $200 or $500 or $1. You know what I mean? Like weather can really get you. How do you do that? What do you do when you take it on the chin?
So you just have to. I mean, I'm a big fan of just get back up and keep going. I really try to put a plan together. I know in the summertime we have to reach out to our existing clients heavy. Um, the new estimates, the lead flow that comes in July and August is significantly lower than springtime. So we already know those 2 months we have to hit our customers hard,
Yeah.
and they will get offers. We'll call estimates from that. So we'll follow up with estimates from this year also that haven't said no yet. You know, they're just out there. They're floating.
In
I
the
call.
ether?
Correct. So we'll offer them a discount, 10%, 15%. I might even go up to 20% depending on the job. I need to keep cash flow coming in. I need to keep my guys working because I have 12 guys that I have to get hours for. So I have to make sure that I keep them fed because I don't
Because there
want,
is no taking it on the chin, Jay, in that point, right?
no, I'm responsible every week for 12 guys. In my busy season, it's 15. And that's not including my manager, Jimmy. That's not including my office manager, Andrea, myself, my father. That's not including, that's just there.
Yeah.
Um, it's a big responsibility. This is a whole different discussion. We could go down a whole different avenue, but people think it's nice to sit up in the office and collect checks and do this, do that. But it's a very big responsibility to have all that. And to be responsible for having workflow, making payroll. I'll be very honest. My payroll, it can be on the slowest of weeks. It could be as low as 12 grand. When we're fully cranking, I could bust out 25,000 in a week in payroll.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
That's months.
Nice.
That's months. That's months of work in my business, Jay. And like you and I are 100% transparent, right? Like I don't lie. I don't sugarcoat. I don't make up fake numbers and shit. Like that's that's a lot of work, bro. And that's a lot, and that's labor. You know what I mean? That's you're talking labor. You're not talking income. So I feel you. I feel you. But that's why I ask. You know, it's like this business is a business. It is harsh. It can be stressful, and it takes years sometimes of practice and missteps and wins and losses. So I commend and congratulate you and your pop for continuing to do what you guys do, to continue to keep people employed, to continue to do good business, man. I dig your style, and I think you're a classy dude. So a
When Co-
cheers to that one, homie.
when COVID started, it was myself and two guys. So I know every aspect, I know every angle, I know I've been in the field, I've been on the truck. I didn't get off the truck until I had three trucks fully working. That's when I bought what I call like a foreman truck that I just drive around in, and that's the truck for the no ladder rack, nothing like that. But it's not
Yeah,
things that
I
guys
want
just
one
try
of
to,
those.
these gurus out there, man, and these guys, they try to act like it happens overnight, and it doesn't. I put in years of pain and
I
years
know,
of
Jay. I'm still rocking my 2003 Silverado. I'm not. That's not an envy thing, or that's not a. That wasn't like a jealous thing. You earned all
no,
of
no,
that
no.
shit, bro. Like I'm saying, I know what you mean though. Like it's like a clean truck. Dietz has been in my truck. There's dust everywhere. There's dirt everywhere. There's fucking shoes. There's, like it's
This price doesn't have a
it's my
salvage title.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's my work truck, dog. You know what I mean? Like I got everything in there. It's just not. I would like to be rolling around in style one of these days.
We had an
Should get one of
'03
them.
Silverado, 300,000 miles. We got it to a little over 300K. Either two or three trannies replaced on that thing. Like, I mean, goo. Like I said, I've been in the weeds, man. I've been in
Yeah,
there. And
I'm not ditching my truck ever either. Like I'm gonna keep it. I have some goals for it. I want to make it an old school window cleaner truck eventually. Uh, Deck it out, and that will eventually. That may actually be my tricked out truck. You know what I mean? Just take everything off of it and get it dope. I'd like to slam it and fucking. It'll be hot.
I was gonna say, lower that thing, throw some airbags on it.
That's kind of the goal actually. I don't one of the things I don't like about it, it's not like a lifted truck or anything, but I'm a short dude and jumping in and out of a truck is a pain in the ass. So either bags or just straight lowered, and I think it would be dope. Um, I'd like to letter it like white letter it, not magnets, not anything, like literally old school style. You know how like AC Lockyer has that old fucking
That
old
blue
rig?
truck, yeah.
Yeah. I'd
Yep.
like to
Yep.
do something similar to that, but with my old 2000s, you know what I mean? Chevy truck. It'd be dope.
Oh yeah. Morning, Michael
So,
Draper.
yeah, right. Hey, who's got the bird?
Oh, it's definitely my bird. Get the fuck out of here. It's like Ozzy
I
Osbourne
didn't
yelling
know
at
if
birds out here.
I didn't know if Jay was like a big time fan of parrots or something. If like
I know, right here in the shop.
he had a bird in his office. He's like, this is Hawkeye.
Caw-caw. Dookie dookie.
But
Yeah.
no,
So
even
what's
go ahead, go.
no, you hit it up, buddy.
Now, so I was gonna say is like motivation, right? In the summertime, it doesn't matter if you're one guy. It doesn't matter if you have 100 guys. That motivation is hard in the summer because everyone faces a summer slowdown. It's something that happens, and everybody has to push through. And it's just, going back to what you said before, I just really think like keeping your eye on the ball and knowing that you're going to get through the storm and that September is going to come here and it's going to turn, but also not laying over and dying either in July and August.
Yeah.
Um, like, like I said, and also too, if you have guys, whether it's one, two, 100, try to be extremely transparent with your staff, with your team members. I tell my guys in May, April, work all the hours you can in April, May, June, up to the 4th of
Stack
July.
your chips.
Take advantage of the overtime. Even today, I have a team meeting and a crew leader meeting every Wednesday morning. And I told my guys, this week you're going to be 40, 41, 42, maybe 43, but I can't stomach 48 hours in this time. I can't stomach that overtime.
Yeah.
So, and they respect that because they know that you're not hiding anything from them. They know that the slowdown is coming in July and August. And I tell them, long vision, have a long vision. We're going to get through July and August, and then September, we're back kicking again and we're rolling.
Exactly. So, I mentioned it's just Billy and I, and again, transparency. And I'm going to ask you a question about numbers here in a second because Craig Edmondson asked a good question too. Um, Billy's been around 25 years. His dad owned a window cleaning company. He knows the business. He understands it. You know what I mean? So I have some pressure, and obviously, he needs to eat, but he also is an understanding person and gets the business. So that's one thing. And I wanted to talk about something too is commercial. I just picked up a couple of like life-saving commercial accounts. They're not going to be monthly or they're not going to be yearly. I mean, they're not going to be bi-weekly or monthly or anything,
One
but
timer, once a year.
or twice a year probably. One of them may be quarterly, but they're also a big enough job to where it is almost a week's worth of pay. So it's like, you know what I mean? That's a bad week's worth of pay.
Yeah.
So that's a great thing. Another thing is you were talking about the $25,000 payroll week, right? That's a lot. That's a lot of hours. Now, if you could, off the top of your head, if you're putting out 25K, what is a revenue like on something like that on a week like that?
All right, so for full transparency, that 25K, that includes myself, my office manager, my foreman Jimmy, my dad. It includes the what I
Yeah,
call that's my total
the
payroll.
executives. That's everybody's. That's the 12 plus you, your pop, your office manager, and your gal. So 16 people or something.
Correct. And well no, that's
Yes.
yeah, around there 16 to 18 depends how many guys I have in the field at that point in time. So
Okay.
let's say 14 in the field and then I got another one, two, three, four. So that's 18 people on payroll.
Yay.
Um and then also that 25, that doesn't include my workers' comp, but that does include my taxes that I'm responsible for, the FICA, and I forget the other one off the top of my head. And it
Okay.
also counts my unemployment, but it does not count my workers' comp in that number. But in a week like that, we'll do between 50 to 60,000 in revenue.
Okay. So to
Cool.
answer your question, Nate, I hope you're still listening. Basically double.
Correct. Yeah. And I look for my field labor to be around 40% fully loaded. That's taxes, comp, unemployment. That's fully loaded. So if the guys did 50,000 in work, I'm looking for of that with them fully loaded to be around 20 grand.
Got it.
Okay.
So Nate Pickett has a question too, and I can kind of answer this one a little bit, but I'd like to hear your response as well. Out of curiosity, if one week is 12K and some weeks going to be 25K, how are your employees surviving, not knowing if they're going to make a week's pay or only a half a week's pay? So here's the part, right? Jay is a transparent, honest guy. His guys and gals are going to know that they're going to make a minimum, likely, right? Do you have like a minimum set or? Um, how does it work
I
for you?
I try to get my guys in the summer a minimum of 30 hours a week. I really try to. But also, they have PTO that they can use. So I have different labor tiers. So if you're a crew leader, you can earn up to 80 hours of PTO. If you're a technician, you earn up to 60. If you're an assistant tech, you earn up to 40. And they can take that in the summer when we have slow days. They can take that on a rain day if they want. They
Yeah.
can use that as they please. It's not just for vacation or it's however they want. So they also tend to do that in the summertime. I also tell them in the summer to take their vacation, take your week vacation, take a couple days here, a couple days there. That way you kind of soften, you use some PTO. But for full transparency, that 12,000 week, I'm not running a full field. That's 11, 12 guys in the field. That's
Yeah.
not full field, and that's less hours. And also, as I said, I let my guys know in April, work all the hours you can, April, May, June, up to the 4th of July. Work all the overtime. Have minimal call outs. Have minimal days off. I tell them, I know you're going to need days off. I know you're going to request time off. But in the spring, when that is our money making time, please keep it to a minimum. And then I let them know once we get into June, hey, we're slowing down. July is going to slow down. We're down to about 30 hours a week.
Damn.
And I'll try my hardest to get you up to 40.
I can't tell you the last time I've had a 30-hour week. Um, just because I get work done so quickly and we just don't have that much work. But again, um, yeah.
I had guys in the busy season, they were working between 50 to 55, even 60 hours a week sometimes.
Yeah,
And
that's a lot of glass cleaning, man. How often? Oh, let me ask you another question too. So you're Northeast. Wow, we got Mike Nichols in the house, Draper in the house, Gabe Gutierrez in the house, Grace is here, bro. Jay, you
Corey
bring out the
Columbus,
big hitters.
Tyler.
Chris from Freedom is in the building. Craig Edmondson. Yeah, man, you're bringing out some hitters. Um, where was I going with that next thing? Sorry. I forget where I was going with that. Um, but yeah, the summertime is finally coming to an end, though. You're still reaching out. I like what you mentioned too about the possibly offering discounts to unaccepted estimates. That's not something I typically go over my stuff pretty rapidly, and I don't let that usually sit there. But that's a really smart idea.
see, like me, I have my close rate this year is around 63%. It was, I think, like 62 and change the last time I checked. So
God
I
damn,
still have,
bro,
huh?
you're a stat guy. My close
Well,
rate is 62.5%.
yeah, it's very important to know numbers. It's something that's actually one thing that Caleb, big shout out to Caleb. He taught me the importance of knowing your numbers, net profit, all of those things, because those great months in June where I'm profiting 37%, those help come out of the winter where I'm losing my ass in the wintertime.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
um, because I still have rent, I still have, fixed expenses that I have to pay, just different things like that. But I think you were going to ask before Goo about cleaning, like how many time cleaning or something like that, or like something with how many times we clean stuff or something like that. Does that ring a bell or no?
We were talking about we were talking about like commercial, about residential, like and then we were talking about hours and numbers and stuff like that. Um I forget where I was going, but I had something, and then all of a sudden I saw that Draper and Gabe and Corey and everybody was in the building. I was like, damn, man, Jay's bringing them out. So you got, and Mike Nichols, like I said, you're bringing out the hitters, so you got me distracted.
No, and then I'm looking in the comments. I heard somebody say that they're really concerned about this year's slowdown. I mean, have people out there been slow? We had a really busy
So
spring this year. July for us was less than last July, but then this August we're tracking to do more than we did last August. So it's September.
Cool.
The spring was extremely good for us.
so Deeds, your July, what was it like?
Average. It
Okay.
was the same as the year before. You know, it's slow. I mean, slower than June or May, but yeah, not like a
Yeah,
January, February
mine
actually,
was a
but it
little
is slow. Yeah.
slow. I talked with a couple other cleaners here in the not in the valley, but in the state of Arizona. Gabe Gutierrez and I have talked numerous times. He implemented a little plan that seemed to help him a little bit. I tried to do a little bit of it up here. I didn't get much response. He did a little traveling for some work too. Smart idea. Um, so I think sometimes it just depends upon what your needs are for your employees. And something that you mentioned, Jay, too, is like people don't realize what it is when you're covering and when you are responsible for payroll and making sure that other people eat. It's a little different, right?
Yes, it's a lot different. And like I said, I had it when I had two guys, four guys, six guys, eight
Yeah.
guys, 10. And it's very different having four guys compared to eight guys compared to 12 guys. There really are levels. And that's why I invested in a coach because I didn't have any guidance on to how to get to those next levels. And I haven't had a coach for 2 years. I got to get another one. Something I'm looking into. But as I said, I can't preach enough on how that has helped my business tremendously. But
You may run into somebody and that's a great example of where you run into people like this is at the huge. You'll cross paths with somebody. You'll find out you'll cross paths with lots of people. But a lot of times you'll just bump into one or two people that you have a wonderful conversation with, and you're like, damn, I want to learn from that person. And that's just usually how it goes down, right?
Exactly, and I'll be fully transparent. So this year I'm tracking for about 1.4 ish. We could be 1.3 to 1.5. Let me say that, depending how the rest of the year shakes out. Then I have a goal within 5 years to be at 3 million, and then I also want to get to 10 million. So my ultimate goal is 10 mil. That's the number I want to be at. So my goal for looking for a coach is to see somebody that's at that 3 million, that can show me different ways that you can get to that mark, and also different problems, experiencing different things. I mean, cash flow. Cash flow for me, I've learned so much over the last 3 years regarding cash flow. It is insane. A lot of School of Hard Knocks lessons, and it's one thing to do 55,000 in a week, but then when you only get paid for 25 of that and the other 30 is billed, and it's going to come in maybe within 30, maybe.
Maybe 90.
Oh, I have a builder, I mean, and I have to eat shit with this one straight up because of the guys. Like, I need to keep work for the guys. I need to keep them busy. And this builder, so far this year, they've given us 8 houses, and we have another, I think, 7 for them before the end of the year. And they're all big. The smallest house they build is about 4,000 square feet, but they're all about that like 7,500 to 10,000 square foot range. So they, on one invoice, they took 100. I was looking last night. They took almost 170 days to pay me.
Fucking A, man. That's 6 months, bro.
I know it's a lot of time.
Yeah.
So
So that's tough. And that's the take it on the chin thing I was talking about earlier, too. When I was saying about the hard months and like, or a bad week, like, hey, it rains all week, you take it on the chin. Sometimes people don't understand. It's like, yeah, we build this shit. That doesn't mean it gets paid instantly. Like I'm always paying out, and this is an me baseball term. Me owner. I pay out weekly for week that's been done that week. I should be doing a little staggered more, but it's just the agreement that I've been doing for 20. You know what I mean? Like it's what we've
yeah,
been doing for so long. So that's just how we do it. We're kind of bitching a little bit about the dog days of summer, but in reality, the winter's just around the corner, right? Like it's just
There it
months
is.
away for the Northeast states, right? And so Craig has a question like, how about winter flow? Like he's saying he goes all years and then they stack up storefront to supplement their other stuff, especially for you if you're resi and it's if you're 80% resi. How are you battling those winter months and what else are you doing to supplement income? And then also Draper says winter work separates the men from the boys in the cold weather states.
yeah. So wintertime we do so actually December I've gotten it to where December's a good month for us revenue wise regarding residential window cleaning, and also throw some commercial in there. But January, February, it's mostly route work. We have a very small route. We only do about 3,500 a month in route work. That's something I really want to build up. That's actually a goal of mine for the next year, is to really try to build up a route where we can build up something where we're bringing in 2,500 a week in route work, or 10 grand a month, because that will really help keep somebody busy, but also will help with paying bills in the wintertime. We do work new construction, so we do work for about 50 builders. They have stuff that comes online all the time, so they'll give us houses January, February, as long as it's safe for us to do with how much snow is on the ground, then we're able to do it. We also do work for like janitorial companies and different things like that, so they give us work in the wintertime, and real estate agents too, because a lot of houses aren't being sold in the winter, but still, you get one or two strags, something here, something there. And also, another thing that is great is to network with other window cleaners, because there might be guys that shut down fully for the winter and you don't, and they can throw you work. I have gotten work that way too, because I network with a lot of window cleaners in my area, and they can throw me work when they're busy, when they can't do it, but also in the wintertime, they might just shut down and not work. And I keep a minimum of 2 guys working in the winter, and it's minimal hours, about 20 hours a week. And everybody else, they get laid off. They collect unemployment. But one thing, it's about being transparent with your team. When I interview people, I tell them that this is a seasonal job and you will be laid off. So it's not a surprise when they go halfway through, October comes and I start talking about layoffs and the new guys are looking like, what do you mean? This isn't a full. No, that's, you set expectations. And that is something I found very successful is you set the expectation with your team members and they are willing to work with you. I used to think being in a seasonal market was a detriment to hiring people. No, there's people they don't want to work 12 months. They're cool working 10 months and collecting unemployment for 2. Or they go get a job at Amazon in a warehouse for 2 months. I have guys that do that too. Or they go work for a company plowing snow, go work in a kitchen for 2 months, 3 months, and then they come back. So it's just really all about setting expectations with your team.
For
Smart.
sure. For sure. And I think that people appreciate honesty and transparency. And they also, like you said too, I don't want to work like constantly. And I never really like, I don't know, man. I wanted to be able to, this industry can provide that for you too, can provide some comfort, can provide, yeah, you work hard. But when you master your skill and you get good at it, it's not like killer work. You know what I mean? Like
No.
it's a good gig. It's a good gig.
And as I said, I've done it all. So we used to do Barnes and Noble bookstores. My dad used to have the contract for all of them in Connecticut. It was like 12 of them we did at one point. And actually, the reason my dad picked up, like, I think the last 4 was because the other company that was doing them, they wouldn't go out in the winter because they were monthly. And they wouldn't go out when it was cold and do the work. So my dad ended up picking up the last 4. But I remember, Goo, I was working at this one, and it was like cold with the wind chill. Deeds, you know about wind chill from up in
Yep.
Buffalo. And I was
Frozen.
on the shady side of the building. It was wind chill. You know how you get the leftover water on your squeegee after you squeegee and you throw it back in your holster?
Yeah.
So when I pulled my squeegee out the next time, it was icy. The rubber was just just like an icicle.
Cool.
But that's also one of the motivations that I wanted to scale the business because I didn't want to be out there forever doing that work in those conditions. Because let's
Mm.
be real, up here in the Northeast, you have to work 12 months. If you want to pay your bills, you have
Yeah.
to work, do some form of work in January and February. You just cannot go without income in January and February. Maybe some guys do it. They're able to save up a ton of money, which is great. But just me from the having
Ownership perspective.
fixed expenses with the business, I cannot shut down. It's something that we have to work 12 months and I don't want to be out there doing that work in those months. So I
How many of
will
those monthly contracts or biweekly contracts in the winter do you keep up, or do you have an estimate maybe?
um I would say maybe about 20 a month between restaurants, delis, little stuff like that. We do a commercial plaza. The Barnes and Nobles, we don't do those anymore because they kept changing the frequency and wanted the same price, and I told them no, no, no. So
Don't you love shit like that? What? Well, you said you could do it for this, bitch.
oh,
That's the
and
that's
that
the price that I set, not you, motherfucker.
and that's when I took over my dad's business. And the lady was like to me, she goes, I've given your dad a lot of work over the years, and you're gonna ruin his business. And I'm like, lady, I'm not doing every
She's the
six
one who's
months.
ruining his fucking business.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not doing something every 6 months for the same price I was doing it for monthly. I said that's not rocking over here.
Yeah,
And
so we do former football players. He's got a great house, right? It's a little house, but a great house on the side of a mountain, and they got this pool wall. And she's like, "Can you do it in 2 weeks?" I'm like, if I offered her a contract to come do it monthly, but
yeah,
she wanted to extend it, and I'm like, the more I extend it, the more work it puts on me. I have to like raise the price because it takes longer to fucking do. If you do it on a monthly, then there's There's a reason behind there's a method behind my madness. There's
No,
a method behind my madness.
especially where you are. I hear with you, like some people because of like the sandstorms and that stuff, or the rain and everything. Some people they want their stuff done quarterly. They want it done every 2 weeks or monthly. Like it's more popular where you are that style of cleaning than where I am.
Uh yes and no. So like and you would think that this particular client, because he's got a little bit of coin, wouldn't mind doing that. But people just don't like to spend. But at the same time, they don't like to look at shitty ass windows. So that's why we're here, right?
That's right. And my dad taught me from a young age when I was working with him, you don't watch people's pockets. You don't, people spend money different ways. Like,
Yeah, I don't. It's not my bit. Like that's how they got money, man. Like
uh,
I am the worst when it comes to financial responsibility, and I don't know my numbers. I'm not like you on that one. I should get better at it. Maybe I need to talk with Caleb. Um, Hell, maybe me, you, and Caleb, we have a drink real quick while we're out there at the Huge. You can give me a personal introduction. Um,
yeah, Caleb's going
uh,
to be there. He's speaking actually. I think he's doing one of the breakout sessions. I was looking at the schedule. So, um, it's Caleb's a wealth of knowledge. I'm extremely happy that he was my coach. But also this is one thing I'm gonna say too, and this might be another hot take. You could have the best coach in the world, but if you don't implement, it doesn't matter. It's just like going to these events. You can learn stuff, but if you don't implement, I mean, me personally, I don't go to hang out, drink, get fucked up. I mean, do I go out and drink, have a good time? Yes, I do. But I always make sure I'm at the class the next day. I'm conversating with people. I'm networking because I feel like if you just go here to like drink and bullshit, like you just had a very expensive vacation, right? And to each their own. What everybody does. I'm not one to say what, but if you don't implement it's you have to implement. Implementation is the key. That's the biggest thing that I can say. And I need to implement more. There's certain things I need to implement. Implementation is hard. It's not easy. And I feel like as you grow and evolve, you implement more, you do more things, and it's just I feel like it's
More tedious and strenuous, and it's harder to change and adapt. Maybe.
yeah, I mean too, especially if you get stuck in your ways. But like I know me, I had to change. Like I mean, I think I've said this before. I don't know if I've said it when I was with you guys the other time, but I had a long time guy that worked for my dad. Is we called him Country. He was from down south, but then he moved
Yeah.
up here. Real tough dude. And he told me one time, he's like, Jay, if you don't change, nobody's gonna fucking work for you, and you'll
Yeah.
just end up working by yourself. And in the time, in the moment, that was very hard to hear because, no one likes to hear negative stuff about themselves. Let's be
Yeah.
real, right? But I feel like that's where like the development and the room for growth lies is where you take that information and then you do stuff with it, and that's where I had to change to get people. Actually, speaking of Brandon Vaughn, and I use this all the time. I stole it from Brandon, but he says when you point the finger at somebody else, there's three
Yeah.
fingers pointing back at you.
Yay. That's the truth.
So what?
So even
Also, it takes a large man. It takes a big man to cry, but it takes an even larger man to laugh at that man.
yeah.
That's all.
See,
Oh.
I love you with the quotes, man. I feel like you could do something in like I don't
I'll
know,
be right back.
like where you could just like do drops at different points, like
It's like, well, it's my brain is very hard. It's like two squirrels attacking each other, fighting over a nut. Uh, it's a very strange place up there. But yeah, I've seen a lot of movies. If that was like my superpowers, remembering quotes and shit, I would be like the polka dot man of the DC universe. Like, you throw polka dots? Like, yeah, that's what I do. So I throw quotes out there. Seen a lot of movies. When I was a kid, I used to go to the library a lot, and they'd have like to rent the VHS tapes. So I pretty much watched every damn VHS tape that library had for the most part. Loved movies. Good stuff.
no movies. See, I'm the same way. Like I'll drop a movie line, I'll drop like a music line, like just randomly in conversation sometimes, and it's just like you said, the brain it works crazy ways sometimes.
Yeah, it's like say it, say it. It's like I get myself in trouble a lot, shit like that. Uh, like I said, you ever see the movie Home? an animated movie, Home? It's like a kids movie.
No.
It's pretty ridiculous. Okay. Well, yeah, there's a bunch of quotes in that one. It's funny. Like they had Steve Martin as one of the aliens, and he goes, "Many, many, many." He does that for a while, so I always use that sometimes to over exaggerate many things. But yeah. Good morning, Mike Nichols. I like Mike's brain. I like your brain, Mike. It's not a tumor.
He's the
So, real
best,
question.
dude.
I know we're wrapping up. I know, we're coming up kind of on that
Yeah.
hour-ish mark. But real quick, man, I just want to ask kind of you guys, like, what are your guys' goals for the business, for both of you guys? Like, like a year out, 3 to 5 years out. Like, what's kind of Deeds, what's your goal? I heard you say like you might want to scale, hire somebody. Like, what's kind of your
Yeah, I'm
what are you
probably gonna have
thinking?
to hire somebody in the next year or so. My whole thing is that I kind of like a fly by the seat of your pants type guy. I don't have a lot of set goals. I don't have like structure and shit. I don't even do like hard marketing. I just coast through doing all right when I need to excel. I need to start paying down debts. I need to get all that stuff in order. And yeah, I need to grow. So long story short is if I were to put fucking 20 more minutes of self marketing in every day for my business, I'd probably be a little bit busier, It's just a matter of, yeah, I choose my free time unwisely, got a lot of free time and if I'm not working, I'm just jerking. So gotta spend more time in the biz. That's for sure. Cause I mean,
I'm
for
kind of
example, go ahead.
no, I'm kind of in the same boat as Deeds. Like I dedicated a lot of time to building this, but I'm definitely I've kind of realized and learned that I'm not sure I'm the best guy to run this ship. I mean, I'm qualified to do a lot of things, but to grow it, it may not be one of them. So I don't know, man. My goal is to continue to grow the business as income and to keep Billy busy and to keep him as busy as he needs to be or wants to be. You know what I mean? Like, I think it would be great if I could add about 40 grand in revenue, 40 to 50
That's
grand in
awesome.
revenue. 40 to 50 grand in revenue would be a great goal.
Makes a
I,
difference.
yeah. And I think that that's actually attainable with a few more commercial accounts. And maybe just a couple more you know actual residential accounts, do them 3 or 4 times a year, stuff like that. It's not really, when you think about it, 40 grand isn't really that much. You know what I mean? Like, it's a couple big jobs when you look at it that way.
If you work 8 months, that's 5 grand a month extra.
Yep.
If you work 5 months, it's 8 grand. That's see something I
And we work 12 months, so
yeah.
it's not really that big. um and Gabe's like, you could totally do that, Gil. I know. And I'm really reaching for a couple new things that I'm gonna try and tack on a little extra. This past year it's done a lot on me mentally, on my family. Um, we talk about on this show especially about seasons in life. Um, I feel like I've just been in a turbulent season from 25 to 26. It's been a very it's been an emotional roller coaster. And sometimes I think that takes a toll on your brain, and it also takes a toll on
Yeah.
how you want to run your business or what you want to do. Sometimes you just get stuck in neutral. And I feel like I've been a little bit in that stuck in neutral for the last little bit of time. But I can feel it coming around the corner. So that's a good thing.
It's I was stuck in neutral for a little bit in July, and I really had to dig myself out of there. And it's just like even in the wintertime, like this winter, last winter was real tough for us. It was extremely difficult because we had a real winter up here in Connecticut, and you just got to find that inner motivation. Because what I tell my and it's really your why. Like when you know your why and why you do what you do, and why you get up every day, and why you hustle, and why you do that. So me finding my why, that really helped me understand all the time that I do put into the business, but also um, I tell my guys, if you don't come, there's a point system here. Like I have a attendance violation system. If they're late, if they call out morning of, all that stuff, it's points and then suspension, termination, all that stuff, right? But I tell them I don't have anybody holding me to that standard as a business owner. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter if you
and
have employees or you're one per. It does not matter. There's
Mm.
nobody telling you to get up, to go to work, to do it. You have to find that inner motivation and that why. Like, why am I doing this?
yeah. And like today, we don't have anything on the schedule. And it's unfortunate, but it's also like I kind of got to a point where it's like, all right, look, I have an excuse. It's monsoon season and slow, and there's a chance of rain today, so I'm not out here trying to beat clients up and trying to make them get their windows washed if there's a chance of rain tonight. You know what I mean? Like, so I guess I'm also not as aggressive as I used to be, and I'm not. I don't know, like I'm not as hungry. You know what I mean? Like, you get comfortable, you get complacent, and other things take importance. And sometimes that's okay. You know what I mean? Sometimes if your family is more, is as important as the business. Sometimes the business is what is important to the family. It's just that balancing act that we have to learn how to balance and weigh. So,
Yeah.
dude, what a fucking stellar conversation we've had today.
Yep.
Jay,
Very,
Jay,
very
you're a man,
businessy.
dude.
Hey, I feel like the best conversation, man, it's when it's just real dialogue, real talk. There's no like, oh, we're going to talk about this, or this. It's just like real conversation. That's where the best stuff comes out.
Yeah,
Yep.
completely unplanned, unscripted, and thank you for reaching out. It made for great conversation. Timing couldn't have been better. I'm excited to see what you got going on this coming up. For the end of summer, wrap up of summer, and into the fall and into the winter. I'm even more excited to see you in person again, dude. That makes me happy as hell that we're gonna see you in 2 weeks, dude.
Yes, sir. I will be there. So I'm looking
Two
forward to seeing
weeks.
everybody.
It's crazy.
It's
So
right,
close.
2 weeks. Deeds, you're
right.
gonna get there before I will, so go ahead and get us checked in and get all that shit popping. That'll be dope.
Oh yeah.
I get in
Yep. I'll get it all.
about 6:30, I think, on Tuesday.
Cool. I'll get a good
And we'll
layout. I'll get a
find,
good idea.
yeah, we'll find
Yeah.
somewhere to
I'll
do
get,
our show live from on Wednesday morning. Um, I'm sure you and I will be out somewhere early in the morning looking for coffee somewhere.
When's the sticker exchange going to be? You doing that
I,
Thursday?
I think
I
we'll
could
do that Thursday morning.
Thursday. Yep.
Because they have, so that's the opening morning of the show. So they have their announcements and their speakers, and instead of us doing um, a show and doing the stickers, we'll probably do a show or just have a camera running, and then also doing coffee and sticker exchange. That'll likely start at like 6:30, dude. Because
Early.
I'm not waiting until 8:30 to do coffee, and I want people to come by the second they get up. I don't care if they look all haggard and their hair's all over the fucking place. Come get your coffee. Come get some stickers. Come get set up. It'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Deeds, what you got
But
cooking on the sticker front? Anything good?
cooking. Yeah, we're getting a sticker for the convention itself. But I look forward to seeing all the funny stickers that people like Corey's bringing and that people outdid themselves last year. It was very funny. A lot of good ideas people have brewing. Good stickers.
Yay. Right on,
Yep.
right on. Well, I guess we've come to the end of the show. Let's go ahead and do some wrap ups. Jay, who you got?
I just want to give a shout out to my team. Without them, none of this would be possible. If I didn't have them work, completing the work, I wouldn't be able here to be conversating, talking to you guys. Also, want to give a big shout out to you guys because coming 3 times a week, man, that's a lot of consistency. The Goo and Deeds, man. That's to
Thank
three
you.
to show up every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's a lot, and you guys bring a lot to the community. You guys offer a lot with these. I mean, it's great just to come on, bullshit, talk, and everything like that. So no, it's really cool what you guys did starting this, and it's cool too how it's like it's grown definitely over the last even since the IWCA, it's grown tremendously. So just
Yeah.
want to give a
Thank
shout
you.
out, to you guys.
Well, thanks. Appreciate it. And well, I almost forgot our friendly man in Amsterdam here. I forgot to
A
roll that
friendly
beautiful.
man in
Good
Amsterdam.
morning, boys
Yeah.
and girls. August. I love August. Hot, hot. Shorts, playing with water, getting paid very well, listening to music in my ears. I wish you all a very nice day, guys. It's about 100 Fahrenheit over here. A few hot days, but you know I like it hot. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Love it. I'm just figuring if the window cleaners back in like the 1600s, if they started hearing music in their ears, they were called witches and thrown in the canal. That sucks. But yeah, good, nice and hot in the Netherlands. That's cool.
What a trip.
But
Beats, you want to
yeah,
give any shout outs?
yeah. Shout out to you. Thank you, Jay, for popping in this morning. It's always a treat. I'm I'm proud of your successes. I mean, you've got your metrics, you've got all your numbers, and you've got a plan, which is a lot better than most of the window cleaners out there have. And you're doing it. You're working the glass. Proof is in the pudding. So thanks for coming on and all that you do. Thank you, Jason, for co-hosting, popping in this morning. Love to see it. Love to see the dog. He's growing like a weed. It's like, wasn't that a puppy last week? And now
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
huge.
Just a couple. He's only 10 months old. And he
It's
hurt
still
himself.
going.
I don't know what he did, but he's limping now, and that sucks.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Rest up. But anyway, thanks
Yeah,
guys for
rest up.
watching. Love you guys. Can't wait to see a lot of you guys in the huge in Orlando. Looking forward to that. But just make it a great day, guys. Do something to better your business. Don't forget to change your rubbers.
Yay, yay. Change that rubbers, change those resin. I hope your passion buckets are full. Daisy says it's hot in OKC. We did not get a chance to do What's in Your Bucket Wednesday. But I got some commander clips on this Sorbo bad boy right here. I'm going to give this fucker a shot
Nice.
today. I did a little work yesterday on the glass with some zero gear. Did a fun commercial gig and did some pole work. So that's what's in my bucket today. Yeah, I want to thank Sorbo. Want to thank Zero. Want to thank everybody for popping in. Squeegee Chick, Mike, all the gang. Love you guys. Jay, you're the man, bro. You smashed. Anytime you're up early in the morning and you want to visit, you want to hang, give me a shout.
Got you,
Love you
fellas.
guys. Tune in Friday, bro. We got a great show. We got Draper. We got
Corey
Chuck D.
Clemens.
Corey
Or
Klein.
sorry, Chuck
No,
D. No,
hold on.
I was
Chuck
wrong. Corey.
D.
I saw his name there.
Squeegee Tom.
Jessica Battle.
Squeegee Chick.
Good
Draper.
shit.
And that's it, right? 4 of them. And me and
Yeah, 4.
Deeds. We got a
Gonna be
6-way going. We're gonna have a crazy screen looking on Friday. So join us as we
Brady Bunch.
talk all things huge and we talk how conventions can change your business. And as those
Make your
4 share
wildest
some of the
dreams come true.
stories, yeah, we'll talk about how some of those 4's lives have been changed after they went to one of these events. So it'll be fun.
Yeah,
Jay,
cool.
see you in
Well,
2 weeks, homie.
thanks, Jay.
In 2
Yep.
weeks, fellas.
See you shortly. Bye, guys.
Peace.